You have done everything you were told, right? Study, clear exams, and get a decent CGPA, and still no response. Most students applying for data and AI roles this year will never hear back. Not because they are lacking degrees, but because companies are screening for something colleges never teach. Think about it for a second. You have done everything you were told, right? Study, clear exams, and get a decent CGPA, and still no response. So what's actually going on here? In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through what's really happening behind the scenes and how you can position yourself to win in this market. Okay? And I'll break down this into a 5 simple truth, not theory, but what I have seen working in real systems over the last 12 years. Okay? I'm Manish, and I have been working as a technical architect in data, analytics, and AI ML, building real enterprise systems. I have interviewed and mentored and worked with hundreds of engineers from tier 2 and tier 3 colleges. And honestly, I have kept seeing the same pattern again and again. Let me explain. In my early years in my career, I also believed this idea that if I study well, I will get a job. Simple equation, right? But when I started working on real systems, that belief broke it. I remember one project very clearly. We had a machine learning model, looked perfect on paper. Accuracy was high, metrics were clean. Everything looked right. But when we deployed it, it failed. And that was a surprising moment for me. The problem was not in the model. The problem was everything around it. The data pipeline was broken, input were consistent, and no proper system design. That's when it hit me hard. The world does not reward isolated knowledge. It rewards how well you can connect things. And that's exactly what most students are missing today. Okay? Let me break this down for you. Number 1, the placement numbers. You have seen these reports, right? Average package of 4 to 5 lakhs sound decent. But let me ask you something. Do you know how that number is calculated? Imagine this. Out of 50 students, 2 students will get 12 lakh per annum package and 48 students will get a 3 lakh per annum package. Now take that average. It looks good. But what's the reality of most people, which never notice? The lower end. See, in the real data analysis, we don't look at just averages. We look at the distribution, where most values actually lie. So if you're planning your career based on average package, you're planning based on an illusion. A better question is, what are those top 10% doing differently? And that's where your focus should be. Okay? Now let's talk about something even more important. Number 2, core jobs. If you are from mechanical or civil, you might want to feel this. Opportunities come here. But here is the truth. Jobs are not disappearing. They are changing right now. Mechanical is mostly becoming data driven. Civil is moving towards digital system and analytics. But colleges, they are still teaching the static concepts, no integration, no real world workflow. So what happens? Students either keep waiting or jump into IT randomly. No direction, because this is like building something without a blueprint. No structure, no clarity, no scalability. Instead, you need to think like an engineer. Design your career. What goes in comes out. How it improves over time, that's how the real systems are built. Okay? Now pause it for a second and think, is your current approach design or it's just random? Number 3 are skills. Everyone say learn skills right. Python सीखो, AI सीखो, tools सीखो. But let me ask you something. Is knowing tools enough? Because in real systems, tools will keep changing. Today it is Python, tomorrow it will be something else. But one thing that doesn't change, your ability to design the system behind it. Let me simplify this. Can you take raw data, clean it, build a pipeline, train a model, deploy it and monitor it end to end? That's what the companies actually need. Not just some who can run a notebook. Someone who can build something that works in the real world. That matters. Because today, execution is getting easier, but connecting everything into a working system, that's rare. and that's valuable. Okay, if right now you feel like I have been learning something but not building something like this, that awareness itself is powerful. Number 4, visibility. Let me ask you something honestly. If I search your name online, what will I find? Projects, proof, or clarity, or just a resume? See, companies don't guess your capability, they look for signals. But most students, they learn quietly, build privately, and stay invisible. Even their project is like a shallow or marshy lake spread everywhere, but there is no depth. Instead, become like a well and go deep in one area. Build 2 to 3 strong projects, real problems, clear outputs. Now, suddenly, you are not just any student, you are someone who can solve problems, and that changes how the market sees you. Okay. If you want to understand how to actually build or present these projects, I break this down in detail in my LinkedIn newsletter. Below is the description. Now let's come into the final point. Number 5, the system itself. A lot of students believe if I'm good enough, the system will reward me. But that's not how it actually works. Campus placements are designed for scale, not for individual potential. Filters always exist, limit exists, but outside campus, the game is completely different. It is completely signal based. If you show the proof, if you can communicate clearly, if you can solve real problems, you can create your own opportunities. So the real shift is this: from waiting to building, from depending to designing. And that shift itself changes everything. Okay. Let me give you a quick example. There was a student which I worked with, average academics, no strong placement signal, but we changed one thing. Instead of learning randomly, he built one solid project end to end, documented properly, clear problem, and within weeks he was started getting interview calls. Not because of his degree, but because he showed clarity. And that's the difference. Not more effort, but better direction. Okay. So coming back here, the placement report is not going to change, but how you read it and what you build from it, that is completely in your control. And if you're serious about getting clarity on your direction, I have opened limited slots for one-on-one clarity calls. You can find the link in the description and apply for it. On that note, signing off, all the best, take care and God bless.